guys are wondering, those school buses were loaded. Those school buses did have children on them. That sucks. Friday on Labor Day weekend being stuck in a bus. Stuck in a yellow bus. Ugh. We are back. It is sunny outside. We are heavy. We are fat. We are 78,900 pounds fat. Enjoy the ride, everyone. Enjoy the ride. Tell you, having y'all here with me makes this more peaceful somehow. Makes it more peaceful. I just feel at ease. I feel at peace. I feel like I'm not in a rush. It's really, really nice. said, we are heavy, pushing 80 grams, pushing 80,000 pounds. So some of these hills and some of these mountains coming up, we're going slow. Slow. You will see everyone, their mother, their great-grandmother probably come out of the grave and walk up the hill faster than this truck go up the hill, I'll tell you what. We'll be hitting the fringes of the Appalachian Mountains later in the drive. I wonder how the stream's going to be then. It might cut up. We will be hitting the fringes, and we might get a little deeper in the fringes, to be honest. I do have a stopping point in mind. I might stop before, I might stop after. I might get hungry. I did eat some food during my break, and I did work out. I did some wall balls. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I took a heavy ball, and I threw it up against the side of my truck a few times and squatted as I caught the ball on the way down, and then I did some heavy jump rope. I am sadly very out of shape, but I am an Olympian amongst truckers, I tell you that. If there was an Olympic event amongst truckers, I would medal. But normal people, I am out of shape. 80-year-old, your 80-year-old grandfather probably beat me in a full race. But amongst truckers, I am fast to feet. If y'all like the stream, leave a comment. If you hate the stream, definitely leave a comment. Play with those thumbs up and thumbs down buttons if you like, and subscribe so you don't miss the next stream. These will not be scheduled, but they will be happening most every day unless I'm taking a break. There will be a lot of content coming to you over the next days, weeks, and months. 6-1. This is what, 6-1 miles an hour looks like on a hill. left lane for the next few miles. It's because it's a construction area, and that is what is on the table. There are signs that you will see that tell me to get in the left lane. A lot of the reason for that is because the roads are graded more roughly a lot of the time in these construction zones on the right side, and it does get a little hairy for me to drive there. There's other reasons like construction vehicles and things too, but nevertheless, I am in the left lane, and I will be in the left lane. And since people don't read signs, they don't understand why I'm in the left lane. She is a little tight, I tell you what. Just a little. There have been tighter times for me. There have been much tighter times for me. Out here on the road, things could be loose, things can be loose, and things do get loose. We try not to, associate ourselves with things like that. Like this lane is the place to be. Something went on in that lane on the right, above and beyond that wall. I wonder what, I wonder who. I wonder why, I wonder when, I wonder how. I'm sorry for my bad song. Holding everyone up. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? Their walls ain't even that big. What's going on? Got so much room. They got so much room. It's like a ballroom over there. It's like the Plaza Ballroom on prom night. There is a wall up ahead. There is a wall up ahead. What shall we do? let me get over. I'll pull over. I guess not. One's in a rush. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying the stream just as much as I love to see you here watching the road with me and just enjoying this beautiful day. Just a gorgeous day. Can be drab and dreary sometimes, but I have a feeling y'all are gonna make it much better for me, much better for me. Show up to watch, I will show up to stream more often than not, more often than not. I have a feeling we will be testing the limits of data on this planet. I always wanted to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. Let me get in there for most data used in a day. future, I'll have an email address set up so you guys can contact me and ask questions and I could tell you answers during the stream. I likely won't respond to any comments unless I have a lot of time off, and during my time off I just like to relax and sleep and eat really well. But during days when I'm out here streaming and driving, I will be streaming and driving and eating and sleeping and exercising and taking a shower every 10 days. Nah, I'm kidding. I take a shower every 9 days. So don't take it personal if I don't respond. But once I set up the email, I'll respond during the stream to any questions you guys have. And I'll probably write you back too, here and there. But again, don't be discouraged if I don't. I just don't have a lot of time. It takes a lot of time to set up my day sometimes. And I have a feeling it's going to take a little longer with this stream going on now too. Hope y'all like the channel art. I took that picture of a truck burning on the I-5 in California a couple years back. It's a wild, wild sight. I don't know whether he or she was still in the truck at the time of that fire. I do not know. But what a picture. name was Cindy, but his name turned out to be Carl. So Labor Day weekend here in the United States, trying to think of holidays I know of overseas. I lived in Tarragona, Spain for a little bit during a job I had that I will not probably talk about. But anyway, in Tarragona, Spain, they had a festival. It was a holiday. I don't know if it was a Spanish holiday or just a town holiday. It was an old Roman town. There was Roman ruins there that were just absolutely fantastic. The old city was surrounded by castle walls. There was Roman baths and a temple. It was just gorgeous. There was also a cathedral that had been built somewhere during the Middle Ages. And they had a holiday, a festival of sorts, where they all climbed atop each other's shoulders and got as high as they could. I was there for that. And in that town also, there was famous artwork by an artist that became famous in the mid to late 80s, and I think he was associated with a lot of movements back then, let's put it that way, of like these stick figures. Not stick figures necessarily, like just a lot of negative space with outlines. Anyway, a lot of his artwork was in Tarragona, Spain. If you look up Tarragona, Spain, you should be able to find that art. And it was colored in. And a lot of that art is actually in Manhattan, New York, that I've also seen. One famous mural of his is on a racquetball court next to a basketball court. And within the stick figures in Harlem on that racquetball court, it says crack is whack. And I'm not sure if that's where the saying came from, but that famous piece of artwork is by that same guy that also took up residence in Tarragona like I did. Anyway, you guys know of any holidays around the world coming up? Religious or otherwise? Maybe some Independence Days or celebrations of victories or women's suffrage, things like that, things like we have here in the United States. Greedy road hogs is what they are. They don't have time for me and my nonsense. Can't let me move over. Road hogs at the trowel. Load, sir. Secure your load. It's flapping. It's flapping. TMC, good old TMC. It's a trucking company. They haul mostly flatbed here in America, if not all flatbed. tell you what, some folks are real friendly, some folks just aren't friendly. This woman, a few weeks back, cut me off. I thought she was a guy, because, you know, they're mostly guy drivers. Anyway, so I was about to tell them some beautiful words from my heart. I realized it was a woman. I did not. Looked over. She smiled at me. I said, okay, mistake. I don't know, 15, 20 miles. She cut me off again. Real hard. Not with a person I love. No, she did cut me off again. And then somehow through hand signals or word signals or what, we got off at the same exit, and I got her some Dairy Queen. It was not a love story to be, but she was a sexy woman, and that is rare out here. That is rare. First time I've been cut off like that, and with a good intention. I guess you could say it was a good intention. We followed each other after lunch for about 250, 300 miles. She went north, I kept on going east, and she texts me now and then, but I have not seen her since. Lots of cars, probably going to the bars, at least later on. If you guys have some slamming, royalty-free music ideas, please leave them in the comments and tell me how I might play those tunes, whether it be on YouTube or some other streaming service, and I will get some jams going for us. Get some jams. I know Andrew Applepie, and I know he is okay with me streaming his music on here. But I don't want to overplay something like all the time. I want different music. So I think sometimes we'll have music and sometimes we'll have me talking. I know my horrible voice, especially when I sing. And sometimes maybe I'll just shut up and you can just listen to your own music. Or you know what, if you don't like me when I'm talking, just mute me and tell me to shut the F up. In your own way, of course. In your own way, of course. Play your own music or your own podcast or your own audiobook while you watch the road, while you sit here with me and drive on. Oh, we are going 69 miles an hour again. 69 miles an hour. That's 996. That is not 9-6. We're going 6-9. Look at this janky road. Put a little smooth strip in the middle. Some jankiness on the left and the right. Is this some kind of sign? It is a sign. It is a sign. Is the Lord calling me up to heaven? Probably the devil calling me to hell. One nice little road trip in the middle of the road. What is going on here? There must have been a really deep crevice they had to fix real quick. This is ridiculous. I think I remember said crevice, because I don't remember this. The strip of beauty. The strip of beauty amongst the pines. What's that movie, guys? Beyond the Pines, Place Beyond. I think it's Place Beyond the Pines with Ryan Gosling and his wife. They weren't married then, but that's how they met, I think. Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes. What a dish. If you've not seen Place Beyond the Pines, I think I'm getting that right. Just type in those words, you'll find the movie with Ryan Gosling. Just type in Ryan Gosling, Eva Mendes movie, it'll pop right up for you. Bradley Cooper was in the 2, and I think that's it for the stars. But that is a great, underrated, unheralded movie. And I will talk about movies like you haven't heard in your lifetime, unless you are like related to Siskel and Ebert. I will talk about some movies, and that is my first rec. Reco! Place Beyond the Pines, Place Amongst the Pines, Ryan Gosling, Eva Mendes, and Bradley Cooper, and that is the set that Ryan Gosling and Eva Mendes met on, and then married after. I believe that's the case. I mean, they're rich Hollywood actors and actresses. They could have met before that, but I think that's when they met, fell in love, and got married thereafter. This strip of beauty is a bit annoying. I have to get all the way over to the right. If I even touch that strip, it might make me swirl around the road, and that can't be good for anyone. I mean, who cares about me, right? I'm in the truck. I'm talking about all the lost souls going, who knows where. I don't know where these people go. I know where I'm going, and I know why I go there, but all these cars, where do they go? Where do they go? Especially at 9 in the middle of the night. I don't know, drug deals gone bad. We should just start a channel, drug deals gone bad. I probably have the footage for it. And you know what? We're probably going to get the footage for it, but I have seen drug deals gone bad out here. I tell you what, no good. Just no good. 15 words in 15 languages. And you'll hear some of those here and there. I do know a bit more Spanish than all the other languages, maybe not including French, because I lived in Spain and I lived in France for a bit. But I am not like the Europeans in the chat that can speak 7 languages. If y'all haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Whether you like or hate my channel, please do subscribe. I will be putting out content on a regular basis, on a regular, unscheduled basis. And that is only because my hours change all the time, depending on a variety of factors that may probably bore you, that I may probably talk about in 2 minutes. I'm kidding. But these will not be scheduled, sadly. They will be most days, and sometimes for 13, 14, 15, 16 days in a row even. But they will not be scheduled. Just make sure you subscribe. Leave me some love or some hate. Either or will warm my heart. y'all don't know why I'm saying that, it's because it is good to be heavy when it is windy. That is because the wind cannot push me around the road like a rag doll when I am heavy. When I am light, however, and it is windy, I must go much, much slower. Else I might end up like one of those poor souls in Wyoming and Colorado and Nebraska that you see lying down on the side of the road in a ditch trying to take a nap in a field when they're supposed to be working. And mostly that happens because the wind pushed them over and they were going too fast. Sometimes they shouldn't have been driving at all. There are some bad areas. The wind might be as heavy in one area as it is in another, but valleys and mountains and different highway conditions cause these wind tunnels of sorts where the wind just becomes a lot stronger and will push you all over the road if you are light and going too fast. And that is what happens. But I am pushing 79,000 pounds, and that is heavy. And you would need Katrina to come out of retirement to push me around this road, tell you what. Katrina was a big old bad bitch, wasn't she? Tornadoes. I hope we see a tornado, guys. I hope we do. I've seen 3 or 4 tornadoes in my life. Maybe 4 or 5 tornadoes in my life. Maybe 5 or 6 now that I think of it. Because I've seen some in the far, far distance. I've seen 2 or 3 of them. Probably 3 or 4 of them while I've been here on the truck. Small little suckers, but they were still funnels. They were still funnels touching the ground. And I did see a big tornado when I was a child rip apart a building. I was with my grandmother. We were taking the bus to my aunt's house, and a tornado ripped apart a building right in front of us, and no one did a thing. No one even said boo. And I wonder if it was some kind of fantasy or nightmare I had, because the memory is so vivid, it's so surreal. But really, a tornado came across the road at a diagonal and ripped apart a building while Grandma and I were going to Auntie's house? I don't know. I think the bus driver might have slipped me some acid. I do hope we see some tornadoes, though. I do. That would be quite epic if a tornado picked up the truck and swirled us around. I think the only one that might get injured is me. But you know, we all die for our art, we all die for our craft here and there, and some more literally than others. speed ever that fast to see so many people watching on the first day of the stream. On the first day of the stream, I could just tell you, good things are to come, and it's gonna make it much easier for me to drive, regardless of whatever happens with the channel and how many people subscribe and all that. Honestly, if it's easier for me out here on the road to drive and do this job, then it's worth it to stream. Because it is rough out here, but it's already feeling a little better. You're home for whatever reason you're at home right now, if you're in bed for whatever, and if for whatever reason you're in bed or in a comfortable chair on the couch or maybe on the floor sitting up against the wall, however you might be in your home right now and you're watching this, I hope that it's bringing you some views of the outside world, the clouds, the sun here and there, the trees, maybe as drab as they are, maybe they're the greenest trees you've seen in a while. Maybe you live in a mountainous desert and there's trees only at about 11,000 feet. I don't know, but I hope if you're home watching this for whatever reason, whether you're working, whether you're sick, whether there's other things going on in your life and you just can't get out for whatever reason, I hope that this stream just brings you a little of the outside world, and I hope that it makes you just a little bit happier. Maybe you'll smile because of it. I hope you smile. I'm already smiling more just because of the stream. I'm already having fun. I hope everyone else is having fun along with me on the stream, because I'm having a lot of fun myself, I tell you. A lot of times work is not fun. So if we can have fun at work here and there, then it's a good thing. Oh, this girl in the Outback, she had a big fat bagel. Oh, they're gonna cut me off real nice though. Thank you. She had a big fat bagel with something good inside. Her boyfriend, her sister, or her lover of some sort, can't drive, but that was a fat bagel. And that is not a euphemism for anything. She had a fat bagel in her hand. And I'm very sorry that you missed it, because it looked tasty. And sometimes all we need to see is some tasty food, and we are satisfied, even if it's just a little bit. I don't know yet whether I'm going to leave the streams up on my channel or not. I don't know. I know there's going to be some poachers of the content for sure. Some people that just come in and steal little tidbits of my videos. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them up. And it's not because of those people that might steal the content. It's not. It's because I'm not sure what that's going to do to the channel in terms of, like, you know, viewership and it being recommended and the algorithm of sorts and things like that. So if someone knows someone of some experience, what do you think I should do? Should I leave the streams up, or should I just make them private right away? That's my question. Obviously, I probably don't need an answer right away, but I gotta figure it out sometime in the near future, I think. Not 6.6, not 6.6, but 6.6. 6.6 miles an hour. 66. Still got a bit of stream, a lot of stream left this evening. So grab some fruit punch, some Gatorade, some orange juice, some water. A sandwich, a hamburger, a gyro, a hot dog, some steamed white rice with some grilled chicken. Sit back and enjoy your Friday afternoon, your Friday evening. Maybe it's your Saturday morning. I have no idea where you are. I know that I am closing in on the eastern United States. I know that much. But I have no idea where you guys are. Drop a city, drop a country in the comments so I can read them later. I do hope the ride is as smooth for you as it is for me. Have a tunnel coming up. We are going to test the limitations of this stream right now in this tunnel. I am going to say we are going to lose the stream for a little bit. I am going through a mountain. Those great pioneers of the late 1800s and early 1900s that just said, F it. We're going through the fucking mountain. That's what you're gonna see right here. Because we're gonna go through a mountain right now. I don't know why I'm censoring myself. I curse worse than a sailor. But I guess I'm trying to keep it a little PG. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's early days. It's the first day of the stream, so I'd like it to be a calm creation. Calm creation. So you know what? I probably will keep it PG. Shame on me for dropping one of my favorite words in the alphabet. Shame on me. I guess sometimes there will be a lot of adult stuff I'll talk about, but I will try to keep those horrible devilish words out. Distracted driving corridor. Does that mean, what does that mean? Does that mean that only distracted drivers drive in that said corridor? Or are they only concerned about distracted drivers in that corridor? I don't know. I don't know what a distracted driver corridor is. Because there are so many distracted drivers out here, it is not even funny. It is not even funny. I think I had like a chicken farm hero around here a month ago, or maybe it was 3 or 4 months ago. I took a run with my fat arse parked near some kind of municipal building, and I took a run, a literal run. I was running, if you could call it that. Again, I'm an out of shape professional driver, quote unquote. Out of shape though is what you need to learn from that statement. Out of shape. An Olympian amongst drivers, but an out of shape man amongst y'all. Welcome to West Virginia, wild and wonderful. West Virginia. Tell you what, I need a West Virginian girl. Oh, the police. Police, what are you doing, copper? The police, here we are, out to get the bad people. Maybe not. Here's the tunnel. Oh, this is a baby mountain. Baby mountain. We're gonna test the stream here. We're gonna test it. We're gonna test it. I'll see you guys on the other side, I think. Hopefully not, but I think so. Oh, it's a little mountain. You guys get to go through that mountain with me. I hope so. I have no idea, but I hope so. I do hope so. You just warm my heart even further. I tell you, my heart is so warm today. It's getting hot. This is a lot of fun. Look, it's a wannabe sports car. Sorry to all you wannabe sports car drivers out there, but that right there is a wannabe sports car. so sorry because I was like horrible. I was like horrible. That was. I don't even know what happened there. That wasn't even an alliteration. That was just horrible. Horrid. Don't y'all worry, we got some more mountains ahead of us. I do hope we keep reception in the tunnel. They are fun. They are fun, especially if you've never gone through one. If you've never gone through a mountain in a car, in some vehicle of some sort, it is fun. Some people do have a phobia, and if any of you have phobias, please don't be scared because you are viewing this through your screens and nothing will happen to you. But if you do have some sort of phobia at all, I hope that this stream helps you. And I mean some sort of phobia that deals with driving or roads or bridges or fast-moving vehicles or tunnels or mountains or rain or snow or ice. And I hope you can alleviate some of that by watching this stream. I think I'm going to start the Trucker Olympics, and that's only just because of my inflated ego and the fact that I know I would medal in the Trucker Olympics. Honestly, that would be the most hilarious event that might be able to be put on. I mean, that'd probably be better than those drunk people that try to do sports, which I think like I don't know if you guys ever heard of like the beer mile, where you drink a beer per lap and then you run a mile. And like I thought when I first saw that, I wanted to do it right away. I still haven't done it. I am going to do it one day, like on my own or like with like one or two people, you know, just to experience it, just to have fun. But the fact that they made that into like a competition, and then like, I think that's ridiculous, because I think it's like a fun, like I'm all for track and any sport and competitiveness and records and training, all for all that stuff. I love sports. I ran my ass off in my youth. However, there's some things that I think should just be relegated to fun, like a beer mile, like a beer a mile, a beer every quarter mile, a beer every lap. Like that's awesome, but like you have to like make it into some big thing, like really, like just have fun with it. I mean, if it's a big thing and people are just getting wasted and having fun, cool, but like competing in a beer mile, I don't know, that's just tired for me. That's just tired for me. What do you guys think? Remember, everyone, if you like this stream, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you're alerted of when the stream pops up into the realm again, into the world again. And if you really like it, hit the thumbs up button, and if you really hate it, hit the thumbs down button. Same for the comments. If you really like the stream, please tell me you like it. Please tell me why you like it. And if you hate it, if you hate my voice, and you hate the stream, please tell me that in the comments too. Both will warm my heart that much further. I promise. Mountain, and we are going 3.7. Yes, that is 3.7 miles an hour, not 7.3, not 7.3, 3.7 miles an hour. Jerome, the metronome. If you guys know what movie that is from, that quote, then I will buy you a steak. You can hold me to it too. Jerome, the metronome. I will say it one more time. Jerome, the metronome. That movie stars Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. And I know the names of the actor and actress in the movie. What is the name of that freaking movie? Even I can't get it. Oh my. My brain has left the building. My brain has left the planet. It is still in the solar system, so don't worry. We'll be fine. Anyway, Jerome, the metronome. From a movie. I got it. Gattaca. Gattaca. I think it came out in like 99. One of my ex-girlfriends was obsessed with it. And it's a pretty good freaking movie. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman. And I'm like a dollar store Ethan Hawke, you know? Like I'm like a Temu Ethan Hawke. So that's probably why she likes me like a little tad bit, and then, it made sense. Like, that's her favorite movie. I'm a dollar store Ethan Hawke. We're like a match made in heaven, you know? I mean, she may have had like a little of a mustache, but like, we're not going to talk about that ever. I didn't even say that. But no, I don't think she did. I don't know. I was a kid. I was just a kid. I didn't know how I was supposed to feel when you kissed a girl. Who knows? You know, maybe it was like some kind of sensory deprivation or immersion experience or exercise. It was nighttime, you know. We were up against a construction site, you know, something like that. Away from our parents, hiding. She was older. But definitely, if you've not not seen Gattaca, Gattaca, with Uma Thurman and Ethan Hawke, high recommend. Great movie. Oh, there's also another big freaking actor in that movie. And you know, his name is gonna elude me. He's not been in much as of late at all. He was in Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon and Earth Girl. What's her name? Blondie, that was in Shakespeare in Love too. Anyway, he was in that movie too. The Talented Mr. Ripley, which is another great film that I also recommend. But I would recommend Gattaca, and I would recommend Place Beyond the Pines for tonight's viewing after the stream, of course. Rent it, pirate that mofo. And if you don't know how to pirate, then I don't know what to tell you. But rent it, pirate it, buy it through Amazon, stream it on Skinamax or HBO or Netflix. I have no idea who is showing Place Beyond the Pines gratis at the moment, but there, you know, Amazon Prime, Amazon might be doing the ads with Place Beyond the Pines, or even YouTube might be doing the ad version. The movie's pretty spicy. There's a good deal of violence, so I'm not sure that. I mean, there are violent movies on YouTube, so what am I even saying? But I don't know. It's a kind of special brand of violence, and you know. One of my freaking favorite actors that I can't tell you his name, and I'm like really sorry. There's a couple actors that I really like, and I just don't know their names, probably because they're not big actors, and I'm not into names so much unless like I've seen them a billion times, like I've seen like, you know, Matt Damon and Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow is the Blondie in Talented Miss Ripley. I feel like I've seen their names on posters and news articles and smeared across Instagram 10,000 million times, billion times. So I know their names. It's not because it's like some like need for me to remember their names. Anyway, there's two of my favorite actors. I don't know their names. And one of them is in Place Beyond the Pines. He is the guy that Ryan Gosling gets hooked up with to do some nasty things. And that is one of my favorite actors. Totally unheralded, totally underbought. I think this guy's amazing, and I can't tell you his name. I'm going to look it up later. I don't like looking things up. I like them to just come to me. But this guy's name is not going to come to me. So I'm going to look it up later, and hopefully I remember to tell you guys tomorrow or the next day after that. But whatever this guy is in, it is great. He was also, you know, he was one, you know, it's funny, him and my other favorite actor, who I don't know the name was, they played a role together, which is weird and interesting. And I don't think that's, it might have been those after, I think it was before they became my favorite actors. They did not become my favorite actors necessarily because of that role. One of them did. And then later I recognized the other as one of my favorite actors later on. Anyway, that movie with James Gandolfini and Brad Pitt, see me remembering the big actors' names because that just shoved down our throats. They were in a movie together, and Brad Pitt hires James Gandolfini, I think this is how it goes, to kill these guys that robbed a poker game. I forget what the name of the movie is. Anyway, those two guys that robbed the poker game are the guys, some of my favorite actors. Those guys are just awesome. And the dirtier one in that movie, in the James Gandolfini Brad Pitt movie, is gold in this freaking movie. Gold. you guys ever been on a Native American, on an Indian reservation in America? I have. A few times. One of them, I didn't know I was on a reservation. And some guy was like, yo, you're on a reservation. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. I was on my bike. This is when I was in shape. Anyway, I used to ride a bike, and I used to be in shape. And I was on an Indian reservation totally by accident. Sometimes there's not signs. Sometimes there's signs. Sometimes there's not signs. Because, you know, it's like it's part of America, obviously. And, like, you know, sometimes there's not signs. And I rode onto an Indian reservation. This guy was like, you're on an Indian reservation. And I was like, oh, cool. It wasn't that I wasn't welcome there. He just, I guess, felt the need to tell me. This was in New Mexico. NM. One of my more favorite states. Taos is amazing. The mountains around Taos are unreal. ABQ is a lot of fun. I mean, they might put your car up on blocks in ABQ, but no, I've never had a bad experience in ABQ. I've been there often. I know it's not the safest place necessarily, but I do like it. And Taos, Taos, the mountains around Taos are just gorgeous, and I could see myself living there. I do have some thoughts about where I'll live in the future, and Taos is on the list, probably 4th or 5th on the list. Say I do want to do this every day for you guys and for me. This is going to help me do my job better. It's going to help me get up in the morning and really get at it. So if you can, share the channel, talk to your friends about the channel, your family, your dog, your cats, your iguanas, your animals, your mice, your rats, your ants, and even your cockroaches. You know, I mean, they need love. They need love. If there's a garter garter snake outside wriggling around your lawn or your tent this summer, tell them about it. Get the word out. Send them a link. Send them a link to the channel right now. Send them a link to this live stream right now. stream quality, guys. I'm guessing it might not be so good. We are headed to the middle of nowhere. Like I said, these Pennsylvania mountains can get a little bad service-wise. Y'all, these mountains can be pretty hazardous for reception. I'm gonna call it a night for tonight, but I will be back tomorrow. What time is it? 8. Later in the day, because I'm still going to be in these mountains for a while tomorrow. So maybe around 3, 4, 5. Let's say between like 3 and 7 Eastern Standard Time in the US. I know that's a big window, but I am not sure about certain logistics for tomorrow. I will be out here earlier than that, but I will be in these mountains again for a bit. Good night, farewell. I will see you